Jen St. Dennis from Business in Vancouver is with us this morning, and we've seen a lot of companies, Jen, over the past little while laying off employees and saying they're realigning their businesses. Just another one here in Vancouver.
Yeah, that's right. This has been a little bit of a trend this year. We saw TELUS in November announcing 1,500 layoffs. We've also seen a lot of Canada's big banks like Scotiabank, TD, and CIBC also announcing hundreds of layoffs between them. And the banks are saying that it's in anticipation of sort of Canada's weakening economy. So that's definitely been a theme this year. These companies sort of trying to become leaner in response to a bit of a rocky economy.
All right, let's talk about the Bank of Canada rate expected to come out this morning. I think it's going to come out about pretty soon, actually.
Yeah, in just half an hour, we're going to see this rate announcement. Now, it's not expected to change. It's supposed to stay the same. Of course, earlier this year in January and then in July, we saw the Bank of Canada make those two consecutive rate cuts in response to Canada's shaky economy, which was really caused by the plunging oil prices. But right now, Canada's economy it's sort of been up and down. It hasn't been terrible. Its GDP has risen by 2.3% over the third quarter, but then in September we saw GDP drop a little bit. So it's been kind of up and down.
Well, we'll see what happens going forward with that. And finally, a Reuters poll of Canadian analysts finds their housing expected to become negative. So that's not good news for Vancouver.
Yeah, that's right. So, when we're talking about the Canadian economy, housing has been one of the bright spots of the Canadian economy. There's been a lot of activity. It's been a really heated market, especially in places like Vancouver and Toronto, but right across the country, we've seen home prices rise. Reuters poll of analysts who look at this all the time found that those analysts were quite concerned that the housing could turn around and actually become sort of a negative for the Canadian economy, that homeowners are too stretched, have gone into debt too much to try to afford what's become these expensive homes, and so that could be a negative. Now, if home prices started to decline, that's where the real threat could be, because that would affect the financial health of consumers, and that could affect the Canadian economy. Now, in the short term, there's no sign that housing prices are about to come down. They're sort of just expected to keep rising. So we'll have to keep an eye on that and see what happens.
Okay, Jen, thank you very much. Jen St. Dennis for us from Business in Vancouver. Thanks, Jen.
Thanks.